Gentlemen, let's be honest for a moment. How often have you asked yourself, am I really giving her the pleasure she desires? It's not something you'd bring up with friends over coffee, and you won't find many truthful answers online. Because between pornography and locker room bravado, men have been fed more myths than facts about sex. Here's the truth. The way you move, how you thrust, and how you control yourself in bed can be the difference between leaving her quietly, unfulfilled, or making her body and mind light up in a way that keeps her wanting more. I wanted to show you the second path. Today, I'm going to share 5 medically backed, real-world techniques every man should know to instantly improve intimacy, last longer, and actually give her the experience she wants, not the one you think. She wants dot, so before we begin, take a moment right now, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and drop a quick comment telling me where you're watching from. I love seeing men from all around the world come together here. Now, let's bust a few myths and then dive into the 5 tips women wish more men understood. Here's the first myth. Sex is about size and speed. That's the message porn sends. Bigger, faster, harder. But in reality, that's not what creates real satisfaction for most women. Science tells a different story. Study after study shows that for women, technique, emotional connection, and attentiveness matter far more than size or how long you can jackhammer away. Think about it biologically. The female body responds to rhythm, variety, clitoral stimulation, and emotional presence, not endless pounding. Yet many good men carry quiet anxiety, believing they're not enough. And that anxiety shows up in the bedroom, finishing too fast, getting stuck in their head, missing the signals she's giving dot. So let's clear this up. You don't need to be bigger. You need to be smarter, more present, and more in tune with her body. And that's where I come in. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Narita. I'm a board-certified urologist with 12 years of experience working directly in men's health and intimacy. I've spoken with thousands of men in their 30s, 50s, and 70s, all asking the same question in different ways. How can I be better in bed? How can I last longer? How can I be sure my partner is truly satisfied? And after 12 years, I can tell you this. There's a pattern. The men who get it right aren't always the fittest, the youngest, or the most endowed. They're the men who listen, adapt, and apply a few key techniques that work with female biology. Not against it, so let's get into those 5 game-changing tips. Tip number 1, start slow. Let me ask you, when intimacy begins, what's your instinct? For most men, arousal builds quickly, and the urge is to jump in with speed and intensity. But here's the problem. The female body doesn't work that way. Biologically, women need more time to become fully aroused. The vaginal walls must relax and expand. Blood flow has to build in the pelvic region. Lubrication increases gradually. If you go in too hard too fast, her body may not be ready. That can mean discomfort or even pain. And emotionally, it can leave her feeling disconnected. So what's the solution? Patience. Begin slowly. Think of it like warming up before a workout. Start with gentle, deliberate thrusts and shallow entry. Focus on closeness and connection. Biologically, her blood vessels open, the vaginal opening expands naturally, and nerve endings become more sensitive. Emotionally, she feels cared for. Practically, you're setting the stage for pleasure that builds instead of burning out. Trust me, when you slow down at the start, you unlock far more intensity later. Tip number 2, tease her. This is where most men miss a huge opportunity. Teasing is one of the most powerful tools you have. Why? Because sexual pleasure isn't just about stimulation, it's about anticipation. When you build her arousal and then intentionally pull back for a moment, her body craves more. You're training her nervous system to respond more intensely when you return. Here's how it works in real life. Find a rhythm she clearly enjoys. Stay there for a while, then deliberately slow down. Shorter strokes, less intensity. Watch how her body reacts. She may squirm, pull you closer, or even beg for more. When you return to that rhythm, the pleasure multiplies. But here's the warning. Don't tease right before she's about to climax. That can feel like stealing the moment. Teasing works best earlier to build anticipation. Think of it this way. Would you rather give her a single spark or light a fire that keeps burning? Teasing gives her the fire. Tip number 3, change your tempo. This is a mistake I see men make all the time. They find a rhythm that feels good and then stay locked into it. Same depth, same angle, same speed. It works for a while, but the body adapts. Nerve endings begin to dull. What felt amazing 5 minutes ago can start to feel repetitive. The fix? Variety. Sometimes go slow and deep, sometimes fast and shallow, sometimes pause completely and change positions. Biologically, this keeps nerve endings responsive. Emotionally, it keeps her guessing in the best possible way. Practically, it helps you manage stamina because you're not burning yourself out with one pattern. So remember this, rhythm is great, but variety keeps the symphony alive. Tip number 4, use grinding, not just thrusting. This one is a game changer. Most men think sex is only about in and out penetration, but here's the secret. For most women, the clitoris, not the vagina, is the most sensitive source of pleasure. And the clitoris isn't just the small knob you see on the outside. It's a much larger structure that extends under the skin and wraps around the vaginal canal. That means when you press your pelvis against hers and grind instead of just thrust, you stimulate a huge network of nerves. Try this in positions like missionary or when she's on top. Focus on grinding motions, circles, angled pressure, or slow rocking. Keep your pelvis close. Maintain that firm contact. Biologically, you're activating her most responsive nerve. Network. Emotionally, she feels enveloped and deeply connected. Practically, grinding helps you last longer because it's less stimulating for you than rapid thrusting. That's a win-win. She gets more of what she wants, and you gain control. Tip number 5, pay attention. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this, pay attention. Your greatest tool in the bedroom isn't your size, your stamina, or even these techniques. It's your awareness. Her breathing, her sounds, the way her body moves. Against you, these are constant signals telling you what feels good and what doesn't. Every woman is different. What worked for one partner may not work for another. Porn doesn't teach you this. Locker room stories don't teach you this, but her body will tell you everything if you listen. Biologically, tuning in helps you adjust to her arousal cycle in real time. Emotionally, it shows her you genuinely care. Practically, it keeps you from falling into robotic habits that bore both of you. Presence is power. Don't just go through the motions. Be there with her. So let's turn this into an action plan. Start slow. Let her body warm up. Tease early. Build anticipation. Change your tempo. Variety beats monotony. Grind as well as thrust. Maximize her pleasure while giving yourself control. Stay present. Listen, adapt, and respond. Practice these 5 steps and you'll notice changes almost immediately, not only in her reactions, but in your own confidence. Now let me pause for a moment because I know some of you may be feeling pressure. Maybe you've struggled with stamina. Maybe you feel like you've disappointed a partner. Maybe you worry you're too old or past your prime. Let me tell you the truth. It's never too late to improve. I've worked with men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who discovered that with the right techniques and a little attention to their health, they could become better lovers than they were in their 20s. This isn't about chasing perfection. It's about presence, connection, and small adjustments that create big results. So breathe. You're not broken. You're learning. And that already puts you ahead of most men. Gentlemen, here's the bottom line. Women don't want a performance. They want an experience. When you slow down, tease, vary, grind, and truly pay attention, you're not just giving her pleasure. You're giving her safety, confidence, and connection. And in return, you'll feel her desire, her trust, and her passion grow for you. This isn't about tricks. It's about being the kind of man who understands that real intimacy is both physical and emotional. So the next time you're with your partner, don't ask yourself, am I good enough? Ask yourself, am I listening? Am I connecting? Am I making this moment about us, not just me? If the answer is yes, then you're already giving her more than 90% of men ever will dot. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video. It helps more men find this message. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss health and intimacy advice that truly makes a difference. Drop a comment below and tell me which tip resonated with you most. Or ask a question you'd like me to answer in a future video. Remember, your age does not define your vitality. Small changes create freedom, confidence, and satisfaction. I'm Dr. Hannah Kim, Men's Sexual Health, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of your health, your body, and your relationships because you deserve nothing less.